Welcome to Lion Tales, a podcast by Great Grace International School, where we dive into the lives of our students, staff, and alumni to hear about their experiences and their Christian faith within our halls and in the wild. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Good day. This is another episode of Lion Tales. My name is Joseph Secretella. I'm Managing Director of Great Grace International School, also known as Mr. C. And I have the privilege and honor of having probably one of our longest tenured students here. Beth Schirmer has been in this school for quite a long time. And welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I've got some official notes here. I'm going to ask you some questions.
Making me nervous.
I know, but you're a pro. How long have you been at GGIS and what have you been involved in during your time here? That's a long.
Yeah.
Just start at the beginning.
Well, I have been at GGIS for 14 years, and I've done a lot of things during my time here, but to name a few over my 4-year high school career, I've been involved in the events committee, I've been on the volleyball team, I've done some drama productions, I have been the president of the philanthropy club, I have gone to SLC, the Student Leadership Conference, ACSI Student Leadership Conference. I'm going this year, actually this week, as a student leader, which is very, very exciting. I have been in honors choir. I've also attended the ACSI Honors Music Festival, which is always really fun. Right now, I am leading an experimental science elective with a couple of my classmates, which has been a different kind of challenge. I have been involved in student council, and I've also done other little bits, like last year we organized an egg drop for the upper school, and then this year we're hoping to do a science fair.
Yes, I saw that. Saw the broken eggs out in the parking lot. Where are you from and how many languages do you speak?
So, I have lived my whole life here in Hungary, and my mom's Hungarian. But my father is from America, so I'm Hungarian-American, and I speak both English and Hungarian.
Do you speak one better than the other?
It honestly depends on the day. My brain can kind of adapt to one single language, and then sometimes it's hard to switch in between. But for the most part, I spend most of my time speaking English. So.
Yeah, well, especially at our school.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me a core memory you have being at GGIS. Could be an event or a teacher or a class from your whole time here.
My whole time here. Wow, that's 14 years. A long time to pick one favorite thing. I would say just as a whole, my class. I've always had a really wonderful class, and I feel very lucky. And even now, we just are in the lunchroom, and there's several open tables, and we all squeeze into one table, even though we don't fit, and we just laugh about things that are really not so funny to be laughing at. But yeah, just being with my class, I've been very lucky in my classmates.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, moving along here. Would you recommend GGIS to other students? If so, why?
I would, of course. I love GGIS because it is a very welcoming environment, and it has so much diversity, and you can learn so much about all kinds of different people and different backgrounds, and there's a lot of different things that you can be involved in, a lot of really wonderful experiences that you can have that the teachers and the staff work really hard to make possible. And so I would say that anyone would be very lucky to go to school here.
I believe that's true. Having my 5 children went through here. Okay, so part of why we're doing this is because this is our 35th anniversary, and we're trying to get more and more connections with our alumni, which is vast. We're trying to do a few things that we're trying to hook up networking. Like I have a few students that want to talk to some of our pilots. So some of our alumni are doctors and lawyers. And so we're trying to network. So go to the website and sign up for the newsletter. We're having multiple events this year. I'll be traveling to Thailand, Korea, and Malaysia soon to have some connections with alumni. And then we're having a big homecoming here at during the day you graduate.
The day I graduate.
That weekend is going to be full because that's like a culmination of many things, and we want to make that into a big weekend. So I want to ask you one more thing that is close home to me because, as I mentioned before, my children went through here, but you're in the same boat. Your mother's here, runs probably the best EAL department in the city, and your dad is the director of the school. So, and we had a pizza party the other month. You weren't here. Your sister was here.
I was studying for the SATs.
She was SAT. We had all of the staff children here. We have 21 staff children, but it's a unique situation when you see your mom and your dad in the school every day. Some children like that, some don't. So how has that affected you growing up? Because I assume that it changed from prep 1 to 12th grade.
Sure. Yeah, it's definitely evolved as I've gotten older and my perspectives have changed on having my parents around all the time. I would say that something I always struggled with, especially when I was young, is sort of carving out my own identity. I would go to a new class and the teacher's known me my whole life, or I would meet upper schoolers and my dad's taught them and they know all the stories about me being a kid and things like that. And so I think there's also an expectation of the director's daughter and of a staff kid in general that I think was hard to sometimes live up to and sometimes hard to live down. And so finding the balance between that was a bit tough, but also it has a lot of advantages that I think I've done a pretty good job in utilizing. Not any favoritism, but I think I have a very high level of comfort in this school, and because I've known the teachers for so long and I've known my classmates and lower schoolers and upper schoolers, and I've just been in this community for such a long time that I feel very, very at ease here. And I have I can do anything, I can participate in anything sort of complex. I don't get nervous doing new things and trying things because it's kind of like you're trying it with your family and it doesn't really matter if you're good at it or not. And so that has been something that was really great is how readily I was able to be a part of all kinds of things, and I was able to really be a part of the school community, which was always important to me. And yeah, I think
you get to see behind the lines, right? Get to see behind also, like the outtakes, what happens. Last question they've given me officially. Where do you hope to see yourself after you graduate?
University, probably somewhere in Europe. I am not fully certain what major I want to do. I would really like to study disaster management or some kind of humanitarian major, and that's my goal long term and career-wise, is to work internationally, either in a nonprofit or in the UN, and to be able to do humanitarian work. Right now I'm thinking crisis management and immediate disaster relief and along those lines, but I don't know exactly what the future has in store. But I want to work with people and internationally because I grew up in this school. I feel very comfortable in an international environment.
Yeah. Is there anything you have questions for us, for me?
Are you excited for your tour around Asia?
Are
you nervous?
No, I'm not nervous. I'm very excited to see hopefully hundreds and hundreds of of alumni, I thought she was going to ask me about the student lounge. Because we're putting together a student lounge, and this has been one of her platforms for her student council run, and she has been advocating for this. She's very persuasive, not pushy, and doesn't spend a lot of money. We'll see. So thank you very much. We appreciate you watching this episode of Lion Tales, and we look forward to you visiting it for our next episode. Good night. Bye. Sayonara. Salam alaikum. Keep halak. Just cut it.
Good night, New York.
Good.
And there's one more question.
There was one more question.
Appreciate, what shall I say?